What time is it?
It's time for the Danielthomasshow.
Welcome back to the Daniel Thomas Show. Tom, you have something for us today?
I do. I'm just curious. Are you feeling the pressure of Valentine's Day? Because as a married guy, I still have the pressure of Valentine's Day, but fortunately, I only have my wife to deal with. What's it like for you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. Um, what do you mean there's other people right now? Okay, thanks, Tom, for that one.
Well,
But
no, I'm
you
saying
know
as
what?
as a single guy, are you going to be in town? Are you going to be busy that weekend
Hopefully I'm busy.
by
But
yourself or with
no,
others?
I hate the commercialization of Valentine's
Yeah.
Day. I cannot stand that. There's the guilt trip to go out and you have to get a gift, and it's awful.
Well,
It just is. It's not. It's manufactured. And if you are dating somebody and it's new, you better get them something, because if you don't, you didn't think about me on Valentine's, our first
all right.
Valentine's Day.
So let me
You
just
forgot about me.
let me bring everybody up to speed. Statistically, there's three things. There's a card, there's a nice meal, and there's flowers. That's what they say the top three expectations are for the ladies.
Okay, well, look at the restaurants. I have not, okay, here in Southern California, where we're at,
Yeah.
the restaurants are cram packed, and you better have reservations. I don't care if it's a Sunday, it doesn't matter if it's a Thursday, it's always packed because it's Valentine's Day, February 14th. But I cannot stand the commercialization of this,
Yeah.
that it's absolutely being forced on us, that you've got to do something or else.
Well, and I look at it the same way you do. Is anywhere I take my wife, it's going to be jam packed. The service is going to be mediocre at best. It's going to be loud, and they're going to want to turn that table. So, for my wife and I, fortunately, we've got an agreement that we don't go out on Valentine's Day. We'll bring something in, we'll cook. We'll go out 3 days later when nobody else is out
Yeah,
because it's
that's the way to do it, without a doubt. But
yeah.
the problem with it, dating in general is so expensive. It is outrageous how much it costs right now to date. It's it's funny. I found this stat from Time Magazine talking. It costs $2,500 a year to be single, and I'm like, who's this? Because it's if you think about it, you go to a couple dates, you're going to
Well,
spend $300 at least.
yeah.
On that.
If we do the math on a decent date, that's 2 dates a month, maybe. I mean, so if we go back and look at the places that, we've read, you're not supposed to take a woman on a first date. Well, all of a sudden coffee's out, ice cream's out, bowling's out. I mean, what are we spending on our first date, Dan? I mean,
Oh,
a buck and a quarter,
okay.
buck and a half?
Absolutely. But see, here's the
Yeah.
thing. For me, by the time I get to a first date, I've had communication with this
Sure.
person. I'm not going to go blindly into this and not have some, because, okay, time is all we have.
Correct.
And the value of our time and the value of spending time with another person, and compatibility is just key. And people try to get desperate, and people try to force things. And I had a buddy who just was, I've got to be with somebody, and he just couldn't find anybody because he's an idiot. And
Desperation is not a good look on anybody, whether it be a male or a female in a relationship. Desperation is, you're better off to take yourself to, where am I going to go?
oh yeah,
I'm going to go to Cheesecake Factory
yeah.
by
Guess what?
myself.
I bought him that
because,
gift card last time, and
yeah.
he left it in the studio too.
I did.
So, and security said, "I don't have a pass for you.
The beauty
You're
is
not Dan."
this is probably my Valentine's gift to my wife, but
Oh,
it won't
that's
be on
great.
Valentine's Day.
Listen,
So
honey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
And remember that Tom has to take his wife out and not tell her it's from me until
Afterwards. yeah.
Okay?
But,
that's awesome.
I appreciate the support.
Okay.
So Dan on Valentine's Day is actually supporting two relationships. So he's funded
Yeah.
mine and he's got to fund his
Exactly.
own. So thank you, Dan.
Okay, team.
Yeah.
We've got to deal with
Team
the less
Daniel
fortunate.
Thomas.
So, okay, guys, do you think that this is a commercialization nonsense? Do you believe that? I think that it's an absolute scam, and I just think that here in Southern California, Valentine's Day, then you've got St. Patrick's Day, and you've got you got to go out on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm like,
Right.
Well, I want to avoid going out on St. Patrick's Day because of all the drunks and everybody else,
Sure.
you know? So,
But I mean, to your point, the cost. If I just look at going and getting my wife some flowers and having them sent to her office, or a nice box of C's candy, that's 50 to 150 bucks just in that one little gesture.
Absolutely.
And we aren't even eating or anything else. That's just me saying, hey, here's a public display of affection, and look at what a great husband I am.
I'm hoping for a public display of affection.
Well,
You know, it's funny, but I've had a lot of people write to me and ask me how you date in this economy, and you need money. It takes money to go out and do it because it's not cheap. No, name a restaurant that's inexpensive right now. Name a restaurant that you can go to. We joked about that guy that took the woman to the Mexican restaurant and had a bean burrito and water, and she left him high and dry with the bill, and they had to call the cops on him because he's like, "This is what poor people do." Oh my God, it was hilarious. But
it was funny, but I think the point there is there was probably no quality communication before that date. Either that or, I hate to say it, she was just going to take this guy for whatever she could.
yeah, exactly.
Even if it was a bean
She's gonna
burrito.
get the fajitas, you know.
Going big.
Going big, getting some fajitas.
Yeah.
So, okay, the over-commercialization of things like this. And then here in Southern California, another big one is Cinco de Mayo is huge.
Oh.
And then you throw out, 4th of July is always big, but then everybody's out on 4th of July, so that...
4th of July is manageable because you can always find that friend who might have a barbecue
But we've got all
do
the
you take a
beach,
date?
we have all the beach communities
Yeah,
here,
correct.
and it's just insane and
Yeah.
swamped. But that's more leisurely than Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is forced, commercialized chaos, and again, it's not I'm not against it. I just think that it's ridiculous, and I feel that it's totally stacked up against the guys. Okay.
I would agree, and I think the expectations that even the men put on that in a relationship as to what's Valentine's Day mean to me, and in this same article that I was reading, the top 3 things that men want: a nice meal, maybe a card and some candy, and it probably is the number one. They want some physical attention. That's truly what they're looking for. But Dan made a good point earlier. The one thing that we can never make more of is our time. And so you have to value your time and that person's time that you're spending.
What is it worth? What is your time worth in moving forward in this world? And as you get older, and as you have, one less summer, one less Valentine's Day, one less holiday, one less birthday, and it's not to be negative, but it's like quality of life, quality of people around you, quality of the experience, okay? And I'm all for that, but the commercialization of Valentine's Day, God, is it awful. It's being forced, having to do this, and, when you've got, 9 girls that you're dating, it gets expensive, flowers and cards and everything you got to send out.
And again, let me clarify, there's some embellishment going on with 9 girls, or women, excuse me. But at the same time, even if you're just dating one person.
I wasn't referring to myself, Tom.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay.
But at the same time, we'd love to hear from you as to what your expectation is. And if you've got any of those horror stories, we'd always love to hear the horror stories about Valentine's Day.
And I love dating horror stories. Those are the
please.
best. Those are the best. Because
Please.
I could tell you a few. Okay.
Yeah, we've all had them, but we like to rank them. How was yours worse than mine? So send us yours. We'd like to know.
Okay. Don't forget to join the email list, guys. Connect, ask your questions, and reach out to the Daniel Thomas Show. So what do you think? Was that a great episode?
Did you see the last episode? Really? This one? I don't know.